You know who's probably pretty mad he can't be here today? The biggest...
J-Boy.
Yeah, Joel, he's probably pretty bummed he couldn't be here because today, on 10/10, Nike have dropped their tribute to one of their biggest number 10s ever, to one of the happiest players to ever play the game of football.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
The man himself.
Yeah, and basically what we got here is a kind of a remake, modern interpretation of the first THAT Legend ones that dropped back in 2005. And they're made in 1,000 pairs worldwide, white and gold, of course, which is the Ronaldinho colorway,
exactly.
you can say. And they actually look, you know, really, really good. They kind of mix everything on the upper from the Tiempo Legend ones with the Tiempo Legend 7, of course, the hyperstability outsole. But we're gonna talk more about that later because right now you gotta tell me what you think about these.
I mean, come on. First of all, it's Ronaldinho. You cannot not like Ronaldinho. He's the most likable player in the whole world that has ever set his foot on a football field.
I know.
And I mean, white and gold, you can never go wrong with white and gold. You can never not like white and gold. And I mean, come on, it's the perfect combo. And on a boot like this, it's inevitable success.
And exactly, and with the story that's behind this, I mean, it's just one of those things that as a football boot nerd and collector, or you know, just someone who's passionate about football boots, you gotta appreciate all the little details. But first, let me take out some of the old boots, some of the OG Tiempo Legend ones. Yes, it's not the right colorway. This is basically one of the later colorways, and yes, they don't hold up too well. That's my bad. But I used them a lot back in the day. But it's basically the reverse colorway of this one, and the first Tiempo Legend 1 made for Ronaldinho came out on August 25, 2005. In the same moment that Nike released this infamous crossbar video where Ronaldinho have the OG boots delivered to him in the suitcase, and he puts them on and casually juggles a little bit and then fires 3 shots straight off the crossbar back to him. And to this day, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's CGI, but to this day, it hasn't been completely confirmed.
No.
So it's just one of those magical videos. Actually, the first video to hit 1 million views on YouTube.
So the first viral hit ever.
You could say that, and all this was spawned by, you know, the OG colorway of these boots. And funny thing, back in the day, actually, the boots that Ronaldinho had were actually made with little pieces of 18 karat gold in the paint on the Nike logos.
As if the boots weren't extravagant enough with this colorway. I mean, come on.
I know. Do you remember the Tiempo Legend ones?
I do.
Yeah.
Especially because of that video.
It was an amazing boot. And if we kind of try to compare them from like a tech perspective, these two, you do appreciate that Nike have hit a lot of the same notes, the same vibes on this one. We can kind of tell with the stitching on...
Stitching is almost exactly identical.
Exactly,
I would say.
exactly. Yeah. You can tell that the leather is a little thinner. It's not as, you know, rough and sturdy as it is on the old boot. It's a little more, I would say the finish is a little bit more smooth and
glossy, obviously.
Glossy, yeah, almost glossy. And apart from that, I think they got a lot of the details right.
Yeah.
Obviously, the outsole is completely different, but it's fun to see how, you know, the stitching pattern is the same. On the heel, you get more or less, you know, some of the same details. We obviously have the tribute to Brazil winning the World Cup 5 times with the 5 stars, and you know, it's a pretty good, I would say, pretty good remake of modern interpretation.
Yeah.
What I do find a bit of a bummer is that if we look at the heel counter, it's been made into like a leather heel counter instead of the actual solid plastic heel counter. You can see the kind of like the lines here.
I'm not really bummed out about that. I mean, it's not. Don't be a buzzkill here. It's a pretty decent one-to-one comparison here.
But look at this. Even they have the mesh on the old boots. What's on the tongue of the new boots? The mesh and the Velcro to hold the tongue down. I mean, yeah, it's a modern interpretation. It's obviously a lot lighter, but I feel it hits some of the right notes.
Yes.
And I do appreciate that a lot. I mean, even let's look at the insole here. It even has the old 10R logo on a modern Legend 7 insole with the Perone inserts and all that. So it's completely fine to use, but it's a nice little thing.
Nice little touch there.
Definitely. Now you also notice something on the inside.
Yeah, I was looking at it. On the inside it says two words in Portuguese, I presume. I'm sorry for everyone who speaks Portuguese for my very foul pronunciation, but paixão? Paixão?
Yep.
And,
means
passion, I think.
Yeah,
obviously.
and on this one it says, I don't know if you guys can see it, alegria, which means joy. So passion and joy, which you kind of could say summarizes
his career.
Yeah, pretty nicely. Obviously, as I said, they're made in 1,000 pairs, so it's going to be pretty unique, and you get the hyperstability outsole, which kind of leads me to, we've seen this idea before by bringing back the iconic 10R colorway on the Legend 5s that came out, I think it was late 2015. And I just think that while this was nice and I appreciate it, the new one is just infinitely better.
It's just like, it just feels like they hit every right note on this one.
I know.
It's just like, it feels exactly like the real deal, but just a newer version.
I don't know that, but it definitely, it smells like it, it tastes like it.
Obviously, a more modern interpretation of it, I would say.
Definitely.
Because it is 2018 and we gotta, follow the trends and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like a more modern, the profile is lower, the material is thinner. That's probably what's required of a modern day boot.
Weight?
Oh, the weight. Obviously, this is also SG, so we gotta keep that. But it's a whole lot different.
Yeah.
These are probably sturdier, but I mean, that's the way it goes. I just think that this was a Legend 5 that was basically just, off-white and gold. With a Ronaldinho.
But as we said before, you can't really go wrong with that colorway, can you?
Oh, listen, it's kind of the evergreen colorway, right?
Yeah.
But this is just more, I feel this has a bit more, it's a bit more, obviously it's a bit more retro, but it also, it's a bit more special because they've actually taken inspiration in the old Opera instead of just painting what's currently out there. There's no Flyknit on this one, it's actually, it gets close to the old, let's just put it like that. So yeah. Now, the good thing is, for you guys, the freestylers, the indoor players, there's also a street version, which is also made in 1,000 pairs, as you can see right here. It has everything your heart desires. Kangaroo leather, full foot, the same stitching as the OG, mesh on the tongue, the Velcro strap.
Wait a minute. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
I did not see that. Wow. Okay.
I wish I could get Jolter's comment to this one because this is
crazy stuff. I wish I was there. Looks amazing. Ronaldinho, the best ever, the best boots ever. Killer stuff. Back to you.
Honestly, I hadn't seen that before.
Me neither. I was like, okay.
Okay.
But I agree. I mean, I don't know what to say. I just completely lost my train of thoughts here, but that was pretty cool.
So it's basically the same upper as on the FG boot, but with the
Lunarlon.
Ouch.
Thank you for putting these on more IC boots. Like honestly, Nike, the Lunarlon is the way to go when it comes to IC, and with this silhouette, like, I don't know. The only problem here, there's only 1,000 pairs.
Well, you gotta get yourself one of them.
I'm keeping these.
No. These are gonna stay right here because they're beauties. I mean, these also look good. They might not have the same, fade of chrome to gold, but they have the little, I think they have little 10s underneath it. It looks pretty flipping good. And again, it gives the vibes of those, old school 10R collections. Obviously the first Legends, and then when they made his own boots for him, which was, I think, technically when this logo was introduced.
Yeah.
On the ones that came after this. So Nike, it's not 100%, but I mean, it's good enough for me.
Well, it's got a Luna line. Come on, I'm sold.
It's lovely K leather. It's gonna be a killer on the indoor pitches. And again, this design, this big Nike swoosh, there's just no bullshit. It just looks flipping awesome. But compare this to, say, like a modern white and gold boot like this. Obviously, the Phantom Visions in white and gold, they look really good. I like the colorway quite a lot. But I mean, there's just no comparing.
No. And also, there's more of an identity to this. There's a story. There's there's something behind this that is just so likable. And obviously, with Ronaldinho endorsing this, it's just, just having Ronaldinho backing this is just an extra spice on the cake.
It's nice. And I feel like this is another way of Adi have done complete one-to-one remakes of their OG boots, which I think is really nice. And obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed that Nike didn't give us the exact same upper, the exact same last, all that jazz. But on the other hand, I think it's refreshing that we don't just get complete rehashes of the old boots on new toolings. I think this is actually a nice, some sort of middle way where you use modern technology to give you more or less the same package, but in a modern, way. But that's always going to be a big discussion.
Yes, they met us halfway.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more than halfway.
So final thoughts here, Phil. What do we think?
Major cop.
Major cop?
Major cop.
I would agree with you. I mean, there are a little few things. I mean, with the heel counter being leather and the shape being, just a little bit odd, but I'm sold. I'm honestly sold. It's a major cop for me. I totally agree.
But for me, this is the major, like, super cop right here.
The super cop.
Because I remember back in the days I used to freestyle a lot and I really wanted these in black. But my mom wouldn't buy them for me, so...
Now you can get them white and gold.
Exactly.
So much better. But guys, what do you think about the 10R boots? You should let us know in the comment section right down below if this is the way to make remakes or if the Adi way, where they do one-to-one, is actually better. Join the discussion right down in the comment section below. Now, of course, also don't forget that if you want to be one of the 1,000 people out there in the world copying either the FG boot or the indoor version of the 10R Tiempo Legend 7s, well, you can go to unisportstore.com right next to Phil's face and actually, well, hopefully for you, go get a pair. Now, of course, also, if you're new to the channel and you want to see more of all this stuff, when we meet the stars, give you tips on how to improve as a footballer, you can join the Unisport Live family. Click the green bubble right over here with the notifications on, and finally go learn some pretty wicked skills by clicking the playlist right down there. And Philip, with that said, we're signing off.